Tides of Corruption is here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm incredibly excited. I'm literally going to be sharing with you my first set of games, and of course, now I did buy the bonus battle pass, or whatever, just so I could get the VETTERLI Cyclone straight away, because we all know I'm incredibly excited about that. And yeah, obviously rolling the new throwing knife, the butcher's axe, which is very cool. Yeah, so this was my first game of the event. Rolling with the wildcard contract, and I heard some people outside. Or maybe I hear people outside in a minute. But yeah, I hear people outside in a minute. Yeah. So I hear people approaching, which is why I go and start hunting them down. I knew they were around here somewhere. And I had not shot this gun yet. So yeah, that was my first time shooting that gun, and you know, not very accurate, and only 4 shots is, you know, it's an interesting thing to deal with. It kicks like an absolute mule. Yeah, it kicks a lot. It's gonna take some time to get kind of acquainted with the aiming and everything. You can see I was aiming a bit low there. But I have to say, I do love it. You know, I've played probably 5 or 6 games now, and I really do love it. I'm so happy with it, and I feel like it's not like completely over the top either. So I fell back out here for going for an ambush, because I could hear a few people approaching. They were sneaking around just on the other side of this wall, and I knew there was more than one. And I think they knew I was there as well. I mean, clearly, because, you know, I killed someone. Can't jump that fence, unfortunately, which I now know. But yeah, they're just sneaking around, and they were splitting up as well, going for the 2 different directions. So yeah, they knew what they were doing. They're going for a pincer move. The 2 tap. And then yeah, I ran out of ammo. 2 shots. It's not much, you know. If you miss a shot. So yeah, that was my first go out. You know, I got 2 kills. You know, it was a good start. I actually went from 4 to 3 MMR in that, which kind of sucks, but you know. Cool. So yeah, moving up to Salter's Pork in this game. So I knew I had someone around here. Yeah, and there's the footsteps, the running. And yeah, just, you know, got to get used to the slightly different aim on this. But yeah, that semi-auto is really beneficial. I'm not gonna lie. The thing is, I don't feel it's any faster or any slower necessarily than, say, the officer carbine. You know, it feels like it feels fairly comparable to the officer carbine. Obviously, officer carbine is an amazing gun, and it is an amazing gun. It doesn't hit as hard, and it doesn't kick as much. Where this hits harder but kicks harder, making kind of, you know, reacquiring your target a little bit harder. So I feel like it's actually pretty well balanced. I know a lot of people were concerned about it, but I'm pretty happy that it seems well balanced. And you know, I mean, as much as I love the VETTERLI, as much as I'm biased towards it, wanting it to be amazing, I don't want it to be a broken gun. You know, I don't want it to be necessarily OP. I want it to be I want it to be interesting to use and fun to use, which I think it is. So I've only used it for a day, but I really have enjoyed it so far, and I look forward to many more games with it. Let's go with these. Yeah, I went for the shots. I knew I didn't really have an aim on him, but you never know. And so yeah, first pack I go for is the Infernal pact. I feel like it's perfect for solo players. I mean, not burning when you're downed is so important for solo players. I think it really is the solo pact of choice in this case. So not tried the others yet, so I will try them and do videos on them eventually. But for now, just see how the event goes, you know. I should have shot about 3 times there. I figured I still had a chance to sneak up behind whatever happened here. Because I'm not really sure what happened. There's definitely another team on the other side of the train tracks, that's for sure. Yeah, fanning got me. So this was probably about 15 to 20 minutes later. I really was patient in this round. You know, I had infernal, so they tried burning, they tried trapping me. Obviously, I had necro and resilience, so I wasn't too worried. I knew I could be patient with it, so I decided why not. Yeah, turns out it was so busy. I can't tell you how long I waited with, you know, at least 3 or 4 people fighting, literally on my body as well. So yeah, I took the opportunity, being a little bit opportunistic. And yeah, you know, at this point I'm not really, obviously with the new packs, not really sure how everything's playing out at the moment. So I'm just being a little bit careful. And I kind of figured it was that one person who killed me that was still around. So yeah, sneaking up. I'm not really sure where anyone is at the moment. Nice little trick to walk backwards when you open a door. If you don't know that, opens it towards you. Door being open was a little bit concerning. But since the boss was down the stairs, I figured, yeah, let's throw a frag, see what happens. Nothing much. Yeah, I just wasn't sure really where anyone was. Figured it was in the boss building, but I thought, you know what, I'll check on the outskirts, on the outside, see if they're rotating, anything like that. A small concern here where the altar started going off behind me, which I thought was a little bit concerning. But, you know, benefit of serpent is I felt relatively safe in this room, so yeah, why not? Go for it. Gonna check behind me just because of that altar, and he hard pushed. He had a bomb lance. He forgot it was trapped. I really hope he trapped himself, because that would be quite funny. But yeah, he went for the bomb lance rush. I shot him with the Sparks pistol, and yeah, he killed himself. I mean, can't complain. Cannot complain. I mean, I love the Sparks pistol. I've said this so many times before. This guy obviously had an Inferno, so Infernal, Blazeborn, whatever it's called. Double up on the concertina there. But yeah, got my own back on the guy that killed me. That's what I like to see. And yeah, that was pretty much that for that game. Went off and hunted down good old Rotjaw. Our girl Rotjaw, who's apparently has some changes. Don't know what the changes are, I've got to be honest. But yeah, pretty free game. Yeah, into this next one, we're at Lower Dessau, pushing up to the boss area. This was a mess, this game. So there was someone running around inside. Yeah, and I'm just kind of sneaking up, but at this point there was a team coming in from the west, which is why I now start to move into slightly more cover, if you could call this slightly more cover. But it's not so much in the open. Yeah, I figured, you know what, time to just be loud. I set off the crows. People were pushing down under me. I couldn't quite see them, but they were definitely right under me, because there he is. Oh, look at it. It kicks, but at the same time, like, if you're like... So, I had... yeah, I had, what was it, Iron Sharpshooter? The one where it's bolt action. It just seems nicer. I think you need it to play this gun because it's just a lot more stable when you're shooting it. If you don't have iron sharpshooter, I think you're going to really suffer. So take the advantage, another circle bounty, and then yeah, turns out. And yeah, people running at me with melee kind of hard. And he meowed at me. I don't. I thought that was an interesting choice, but sure. It gets really tough when you're this low on ammo. You know, well, sure, if you're accurate, you're going to destroy people, but you miss 1 or 2 shots, you're not killing anyone. And you need to reload twice to get a full 4 bullets in the chamber. You know, there are downsides to the Cyclone, which is good. That it needed to have downsides. I don't know how much it costs at the moment either. It's not a major factor for me because I'm just going to use any gun that I want to use. Yeah, I didn't aim that very well. Just thought that came from in front of me there. That's why I was a bit surprised, but hey ho. People had moved round to this side at this point, and I think that was primarily because it was the extract. But you know, we waited it out, and there was more people. Who killed the bounty theme. Just let me get my reloads. Allowed me to move round. He was actually going for a revive, which I was kind of surprised about. But when the revive is in your sight line, I mean, that's just luck. That was just luck with the timing, in all honesty, but I'm not going to complain about it. Oh, I love the gun. It's so good. It's so good, but also at the same time relatively balanced. Like, you still have to be a good, accurate shot. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Yeah, managed to get out of this one. Yeah, and this game it was a 4 MMR game, and I mean, once again I dropped to 3-star here. But you know, dropping 3-star, you live and learn. It was kind of frustrating because, you know, I still killed 4 people and extracted with the bounty, which, you know, I feel like getting to 4-star and then dropping straight down just because I died a couple of times, even though I killed 4 people and extracted with the bounty. I was the last person left with in the game. Like, that, to me, that doesn't warrant dropping down a rank. But it is what it is. I just think, yeah, man, the system's broken at the moment. We all know this. It's just not right. It just, with all the changes, it doesn't work for Hunt as it is in the state that we are in at the moment. But yeah, that's by the by. We're not here to talk about MMR. We're here to, well, we're here for me to gush over the Cyclone. So yeah, just got out of banish at Windy 1. Get the event points. I had all the packs for an infernal at this point, so I had the pact that lets you, if you kill someone with bars missing, it will restore you. So I had that pact. I also had the bleed, essentially immune to bleed, and obviously baseball. Can't complain about that. Just got crossbow hit. Obviously they tried to burn me, which yeah. Got the restore though. Even though I had the crossbow. And I had an issue here. I was trying to deal with this as well. I was being chased by a baseball bat. always fun. And another baseball bat. Went for the hit to try and get healed. They got chased by another person, and there's all sorts happened here. There's a couple more deaths because I kept trying to get up because I was like, no, I want to get in. I want to get in the fight. Went down to one bar, and I was like, okay. Be patient. So be patient. Get up and see where we are at. At this point, all the bounties were still on the map. The Rotjaw bounty was approaching, and I took the opportunity to walk back into the poison cloud I was in. Which, by the way, is probably the best way of trapping people at the moment. Using poison bombs, poison to trap, I think is probably going to be the way to go for the moment. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I expect to see more people trapping with poison now for a bit. So yeah, I decide to top up my trait, my burn trait, because the Rotjaw decided to sit back at Windy Run. And I was like, well, I want to take the opportunity, poor shot, but I want to take the opportunity to try and restore my health bars by killing them. I thought, let's go for it. Let's go for a bit of aggression, restoring my bars. Yeah. Unfortunately.
What?
Yeah. I just missed his head. Hit his arm. Which is such a shame, but hey, you know, I'm not a Martini Henry user, I've got to admit. But yeah, either way, you know, they were my first games. You know, a real mixed bag, I will admit. But I have to say, oh, by the way, that is the witness. Yeah, there you go. That is the witness death pact, which looks really cool as well. I think that's going to be really fun to use in teams. Yeah, so I think love the Cyclone. So happy that wildfires are back. It's really fun. They're really fun maps, I think, personally. And yeah, I really look forward to playing more. But just a first day, few games. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, hit subscribe, and may your hunts be bountiful.